Huh?
Why did you have to assume it's Walmart?
Amazon Prime.
I need.
Okay, so
I need to take a short break, and then I'm able to.
we're gonna talk about what's the derivative of natural log. So derivative of natural log. This is the only thing that's important. Natural log of x is basically 1 over x.
Wow.
But this one I don't memorize this one because this one is not a very useful one. You'll memorize the u substitution one, which is d to the dx of the natural log of u. It's going to be u prime over u. That's the absolute value. The reason why it's absolute value because you cannot natural log the negative number. And that's why some of the answers that you get from 7, there's only one answer count because the other answers are extraneous. Okay, so the negative answer doesn't count because you cannot log a negative number. Okay, Natasha can change C if you want. And Shirley can change C if you want.
I could, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you. Okay, so what does that mean? That means if I take a derivative of natural log of some material, it's gonna be, huh? Yes. But you don't have to be absolute value, just make sure the function inside is positive. No, u prime. U prime over u. So how do I take a derivative of this? Well, natural log of, I say square root of 2x minus 1. And I say y is equal to this. Basically, I just rewrite this. How do I rewrite it? Now, how do I rewrite this? 1/2 power, yeah. And I can put a 1/2 in the front, right? I haven't taken derivative yet. I just rewrite. I'm just working on my algebra skill. And then now, I get to like a natural log of something. Now it's a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take a derivative with respect to x. So I'm going to do d to the dx to the whole equation. What am I going to get on this side? dy dx, right? Are we okay here? And 1/2. Now we're going to say u is equal to 2x minus 1. So what is du? Du is what? 2. So there we go. 1 over 2x minus 1. That is your derivative. Super easy. All we gotta do is do u prime over u. Does that make sense? It's pretty easy, right? So now I want you to take a derivative of this one. I'm missing a lot, sorry. We're gonna deal without log in a second.
Alright. I don't know how to do that. Which one? Oh, wait, okay, you said this one. Mine is a pound. It's like 1/2 hour.
What was your question, sir?
Can you go
Here?
from there down?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assume this is u.
Okay.
U equal to 2x minus 1. So what is u prime?
So D goes to
2
DX.
dx, right? But we don't need to worry about dx here, just take 2, just derivative of 2. The derivative of 2x, because we take respect to x. So du over dx, this one is going to be du dx is u prime. So basically, what you got to do is you think about this u, right? You usually have to take a derivative of this material, which is 2, and leave the bottom equation original. So 2 over 2x minus 1. That's it. And then multiply this 2, 2 and 2 cancel. So it's going to be 1 over 2x minus 1.
So, yeah, minus the one there.
So I will do algebra first. Do algebra first, and then do the last step as calculus, which is going to be very straightforward. Okay, so I'm going to take a derivative of this material, right? So those of you guys still don't get this part. I'm going to take a derivative of this material. Because this 1/2 is just like a constant, so like 3x, that 3 is still there, right? We just take a derivative of x. And same thing, we just take a derivative of 2x minus, natural log of 2x minus 1. The only thing different is going to be u prime over u. So you take a derivative of 2x minus 1 is 2, and leave the bottom equation on the bottom. That's all you have to do. So u prime over u, that's the way to think about it. Derivative is on the top, original function on the bottom. That's the derivative of natural log of u.
Yeah, it is. Is that another?
Yeah.
No, just you just use some pause. Just keep in mind that you has
But the parentheses though. Like on the second line,
I split
it's
them,
like
I got to bring them.
ln u is like parentheses u.
it's a function.
Alright. It's not absolute value, it's parentheses.
Absolute value in parentheses, here, don't worry about it.
So those are parentheses.
Yeah. But you don't need to worry about it right now. Oh.
Wait, what do you do? They use a derivative, so you're like.
Oh, okay. So can I do this one? Or you do it?
Yeah,
You do the first step?
wait, what is it?
Did you do the first step, which is the algebra part? Rewrite everything. Did you do that part?
What is u?
I guess it'd be like x squared minus 1.
Now I'm going to rewrite this, right? I'm going to say y is equal to what? Natural log of x squared, right? Okay? Minus natural log of 2 minus x squared. The next one is what? Minus or plus? It's a minus because you're dividing and you're dividing again. So it's actually subtracting twice. So that's equal to natural log of x squared minus 4 to the 1/2 power. I didn't do any calculus. I didn't do any calculus. Now, the next step, I'm still not going to do calculus.
Just write the numbers down.
Are we okay? I will explain them.
X minus the
Am I going too fast?
No.
Evelise, you got this?
Yes, because it says that what maybe the
So now we're going to take a derivative. We're going to take a d to the dx, right? For the whole thing. So on this side, it's going to give you dy dx. Right here, it's going to give me what? U prime over u, so it's going to be x, derivative of x is 1. 1 over x, so it'll be 2 times 1 over x. Minus 2. Now, what's the derivative of 2 minus x? Negative 1 over 2 minus x, right? Minus 1/2. What's the derivative of this case? 2x's on the top over x squared minus 4. So I'm going to simplify this. I don't need to combine fractions. Does that make sense? U prime over u, that's the only part I need you to memorize. Natural log of something is derivative on the top and original function on the bottom after you take a derivative. You want to try another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're thinking, you're not gonna square. You have your base value. And yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't see my joke. Okay, right. Sometimes I don't get it. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring down the next one. This is like, basically, is it like 1 to the 3rd power? But this is like the 4 by 3. I think we write it down like 4.
I think you got it all? I got it. Yeah.
How do bronze again?
We get rid of that.
It's the same page. Experiment is the one.
Wait, but what about the x one is inside of it? So that's the problem. Oh, I like that. Alright.
I keep writing Lynn instead of just sometimes, but
So now we keep derivative. Wait. So this should we get like 2 ln x? We get 2
Right?
because it's prime over here.
Two.
Oh, so I
Like nothing to you, like I just mean like even like guys you sit on.
Nah, I wasn't scared.
Oh, okay, hold up. Let me see.
Yeah, you guys need to get like a button. I agree.
Imagine
I should write it.
that's
What are you doing?
Oh, like, it took me a while to click it.
I got you. I'm
So now we have this question, right? So again, just expand it just what you would do which is algebra. It's not even a calculus problem. So natural log, I'm gonna just do it really fast. So I'm gonna skip some unnecessary stuff. So RC equal to 4 over 3, I think. Plus 4 minus 4 natural log of 2 minus 3x squared, and the minus 2 natural log of negative 4x minus 1. I think that's my pre-calculus part, or algebra 2 part. Is that right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to do dy dx is going to be 4 over 3. That's going to be 1 over x minus 1. So minus 4, this one's going to be negative 6x over 2 minus 3x squared. So this negative becomes positive. And this 4 becomes 24. Minus 2. Again, this one becomes positive, so this one's 4 over negative 4x minus 1.
Oh, I combined them.
So it's going to be 8, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty easy, right? So now what happened if, so there was a question. I want you to tell me what's the difference between this question and that question. This question right here and that question over there. What's the difference between two?
There's two on the top.
Oh, two terms on the top, but that's not.
Oh, and there's no natural log.
There is no natural log, right? So if I don't have no natural log, if I don't have the natural log, I have to create natural log because I don't want to deal with chain rule, product rule, and quotient rule all at the same time. Think about, imagine this, I say take a derivative of this and use the chain rule and product rule and quotient rule all at the same time. I think you're gonna use the whole board. Okay? I think it's gonna be pretty nasty. So there was a way to get around it, right? So we already have a tool, so now we gotta learn how to use it. So now, something is complicated like this. When you involve with the multiple term, multiple rules involved, I will avoid it by using natural log differentiation. So this is how I avoid it. I'm going to do natural log of y equal to natural log of x to the 4th. X minus 3x squared over x plus 4 to the 3rd. I haven't taken a derivative yet.
You took natural log of both sides.
I just do natural log on both sides. Because that's one of the tools I can use, but I haven't taken derivative yet. But I'm going to rewrite this part though, I'm going to write it out. Okay, so that I just rewrite. I get into this part, I say, okay, I can do this. Now, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take a derivative with respect to x here. But the hard part is not the one on the right, because we did that all the time. The hard part is actually here. What's the derivative of x with respect to natural log of y? What is it? What's the derivative of natural log of y? There you go. Because there's a y prime over y. Like u prime over u. Then you're going to have 4 over x, right? Plus 1/2 to the x minus 3x squared minus 3 to the x plus 4. But that's not what we're evaluating for. I'm evaluating for y prime. So what can I do? What is it? My both sides by y, so you're going to get y prime. But what is y? No, I'm just wasting mark. So y is what? So can I erase that y and change to x to the 4 square root x minus 3x squared over x plus 4 to the second.
I feel bad whoever's grading on X test and see all on the AP exam. That would suck. I would.
Well, actually, he's even ready to become better.
Okay.
What? Talking shit, bro? Get better handwriting, man.
Yeah.
Grow a little taller.
Okay, for the numbers half, ln,
That was too close, man.
Yeah, what?
do you not take derivative of x minus 3x squared like that?
Did I make mistakes here? Yes, I forgot to take a note of that. So it's gonna be 1 minus 6x, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah, 1 minus 6x. Good job.
That's confusing.
That's your answer. Now this is a logarithm differentiation. You can take a natural log both sides and then get to the way that we know. But there's a difference between with it or without it. Okay? Without it, you can do natural log on both sides. But derivative on this side is going to be y prime over y. What people is going to forget this part? They forgot this part, y prime over y. And they forgot to multiply both sides by y to the other side. Okay, how about implicit derivative? How do I find dy dx here? This one I'm going to leave for you to do. Implicit derivative. Amelia, you need to be able to do this. You'd be able to do it, right?
Which one's
Implicit.
that's 4 you
Is it?
Huh?
Okay.
Oh yeah? Yeah. I was fine with saying do that. It's like, it's like, why?
Yeah. No, just listen to that.
Should we start by saying the y?
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Are you gonna do like sample?
No, what if you put everything on the
Yeah, look at you. Like, you know,
like put negative 4x on the right side and negative minus 2 on the right, so we ln y squared equals to the big. I think.
we're separating ln and y squared.
But I think we should make this by side.
Yeah, so actually,
I think it's color just so.
You want to go?
That's dy over here.
Oh, can we write that? Can we factor that out? Factor 1. Is there a rule for it?
We gotta do one ln on one side and
I think, 2 ln y, right? Remember, 2 ln y, and then divide the whole thing by 6.
Yeah, but we need to take dy, so I thought about like, we would give it dy. We didn't take derivative. Did we just take derivative? Oh wait, no, you're right. No, wait. 2 ln y. That's not equals so 2 plus. And then divide it.
It's regular.
So we have ln y squared on one side.
So L and Y.
five sides. No, for the
And now we can find the derivative.
Okay. So all the others are being
No.
so it's being we don't have it.
No, you said that like you really wanted to shoot. Okay. You said that you might try that. Like when we had like the using 6 tries.
What if we could have isolated the y, like, not the a1 but the y itself, and then divide by 2, and then square root everything, plug in, so we get our y. And then we can go back to here and then find our y. Wait, you want y here or y?
What's Y prime?
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
It has to be the right energy.
Wait, did you divide everything by 2?
Like I get the biggest crush on one, but if we don't have that much, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna get over it. It's just like
Oh, yeah, 2x minus that shit.
You take this, you not take this, you just.
Oh, no, wait.
Really? No, I got it.
yeah, so I'm just gonna like if
You can, yeah.
Okay, so then that, you get that, but then what? So you have
You
p1.
should transfer the shot.
So let's just take that 2x, right?
yeah, I'm not writing it back.
Okay, yeah. Now we can. Okay, I say the y.
Wait, you put y prime
You guys started yet? You're just waiting for me?
Nah, bro. It's right.
Right off.
So then, what is y? What is y? Then okay, but we should actually okay. We can do we.
This is an implicit derivative. Implicit. Implicit derivative.
Whatever.
Implicit.
Sure.
The reason why I know it's implicit because of y squared. But this one also y squared, but this is not, this one is, it's okay. We can avoid this. How do we avoid it?
Move the 2 to the front.
Move to the 2 in the front.
Of natural.
Yep. So, can you finish it?
Yeah, one thing that, this is the one thing we all know how to do.
Okay, fine.
Alright, guys.
Fine, that's how I work.
That was the hardest part.
You just voted.
That's what you asked.
What's the d to the dx, right?
Yeah.
So all the x term is okay.
The y.
So y term is the one that's going to give you a problem. So that's going to give you negative ax, right?
Yeah.
Plus 2 y prime over y, right? Plus what? 4y squared, or 4y, sorry. dy dx, 4y prime. Equal to 2, right?
Yep.
So I can move the ax to the other side, so it'll be 2 plus ax. And I can take out y prime here, it'll be 2 over y plus 4y. And y prime is equal to 2 plus ax over 2 over y plus 4y. And you should not have a complex fraction here. You should simplify your fraction. So you need to add those two together. How do I add those two together? You have to have same denominator, right? Multiply by y over y. So it'll be 2 plus ax over 2 plus 4y squared over y. Now it's going to keep flip change. So that's equal to 2 plus ax times y over 2 plus 4y squared. And then that's it. And that's dy dx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
There he was.
Really? Bro, why doesn't it have, like, when we use them, it's like a long
There he
period,
was.
like, short period of time.
Bro, me and
When we
Sarah
don't use
were
them,
not
it's a long period.
Dude, I got a lot of
I feel like if you're sitting here, it's math, it's like, oh, it's
So what is it for y prime?
that was 0.
He added the y to the card.
I'm pretty sure you're the one who invented that.
Wait, wait.
You guys came to the good side.
I definitely.
Imagine if it's small one.
Oh, then you're like.
I haven't read it. I can't.
Deary. Why did they do on the bottom denominator? On the second to last one. It's not even. You know, because like right here, on this one, I'm doing y times y. Don't y over y. Y over y. So we didn't change the equation.
This is right.
We want it to look like this. And we also have to do. Oh, you made it. Oh,
Yeah.
It must be nice to be an entitled Filipino male. I'm scared. That's what I thought.
Man, just put his pants in sport. Oh dear, what are you doing? What are you doing? We better jump, right?
I can't see. Your biggest snap.
Huh? Yeah.
Dude. Andres, don't show this here. I don't have it on the You know what? Yeah. So, I literally got like sent back.
You're like, what are you
So we're going to read that as right? You're just laughing. You can read this video. The bell rang. I don't need to wait. I don't take a pass.
The bell waits for us.
Like I
never take a pass.
I mean, what time is it?
Oh, Deary, can you come really quick?
I mean, I need
Yeah, I need to give you the pass. That one?
Yes, you can.
The blue one. It's so big.
bell ring.
No, it didn't.
The bell didn't ring.
Yes, come here.
That's gonna get me in trouble.
You're already in trouble. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, bro. You're untouchable.
You're worried about that? So this one, right? So you know separator though, right?
Yeah, or on a private property.
How much?
I have to go for private viewing.
How much?
Did you why did you go to Y prime, right?
I just talked to her about like.
So why? So we can
looking
make
for
this.
stuff. I didn't know what
Do it in